Requirement 2.a, create a start menu with a working start button. The expected result is that a maze is being generated after the button is pressed. Here, as we can see, after I choose the difficulty and press this play button, the maze is being generated. Requirement 2.b, create working difficulty buttons. So after I start the game and select any difficulty, you can see that it's being printed out and the difficulty is being changed to a number corresponding to the difficulty which I select, with easy being 1, medium being 2, and hard being 3. Those numbers will then be used to change certain AI characteristics. Requirement 3.a, create a working exit from the maze. So here I've managed to find the exit, and after I go in it, the game is finished. Requirement 3, maze should be generated using Wilson's algorithm. The Wilson's algorithm is implemented here in my program, and after the difficulty is selected, and play button is being pressed, the maze is being generated, following the rules of Wilson's algorithm. Requirement 4, a player should be generated in the maze. After the difficulty is selected and the maze is generated, the player is being generated as well, and is marked with the blue square on the map. Requirement 4.a, allow the player to walk in 4 directions using the walking keys, given there is no walls in that direction. So here, as we can see, I'm pressing D button now, and I walk to the right, and then if I press A, I walk to the left, and all the other buttons work as well. And if there's a wall in the direction that I'm trying to go, for example, if I press D right now, I cannot go that way because there's a wall there, but if I press A, I can. Requirement 4.b, create a cooldown for movement so that the player can only press one button per 0.2 seconds. So the cooldown is established here, which is 200 ticks, meaning it's 0.2 seconds. And it's calculated right here whether the player can move. So if the current time in ticks minus last move, which is the last time the player has moved in ticks as well, is less than 200, then the player won't be able to move, otherwise he will. So here we have a straight line and it's 5 tiles long, meaning that I need to pass 4 tiles to get to the end. So this should take me around 0.8 seconds to do. Requirement 4.c, generate the player in a random position in the maze. So here's the logic of how the player's position is being generated. So it's completely random using the random library, Python random library, and here it is. So if I start the game, the player should be generated randomly in the maze. So this time it got generated here, so if I just close this and run the game again, it is now generated in a different position. Requirement 4.d, it's satisfied since, for example, if we take this, I can only see everything which is in my direct line of sight and 2 more tiles where the maze branches. So if I come here, this is now in my direct line of sight and I can see everything that's here. So if I go here, then more tiles open up as they become my direct line of sight. But if they aren't, I can only see 2 tiles in each direction. Requirement 4.e, if I start the game in easy mode, I can see where the exit is as it's marked with a gray square on the map. However, if I enter hard mode, I won't be able to see that square. So here, as we can see, I'm only able to see what's in my direct line of sight and 2 more tiles where the maze branches from my direct line of sight, but no exit is visible. Also, if we go to medium mode, I will be able to see the exit there as well. Requirement 5, create an enemy in the game which will try to find and collide with the player. So here I've started a game, and the enemy should be quite close to me. Maybe not. Oh, so there it is. The enemy is following me, and when we collide, the requirements 5.8.1, the enemy's behavior should be based on the difficulty level. Their speed should be regulated based on these characteristics. And so if we compare it, we can clearly see that on easy, the AI is slower than on medium. On medium it's slower than on hard, and on hard AI is the fastest. Requirement 5.8.2, for the purposes of further testing I have disabled the visibility system in my program, so now if you enter the game you can see the whole maze. So this requirement is satisfied since the enemy on medium mode doesn't know my location unless I'm in its direct line of sight or within 2 tiles. So if I come closer to the enemy, you can see as I come closer, as I'm within 2 tiles, its speed will change and it will start following me because it knows where I am right now. And similarly, if I'm in its direct line of sight, then it will know where I am and it will start following me. Requirement 5.8.3, on easy mode make AI in a constant searching state unless it sees the player in its direct line of sight. So here if I start easy mode and find the enemy, so here the enemy is not going to know where I am unless I'm in its direct line of sight. So here as we can see I'm close to it, so in medium mode it would know where I am now, but as soon as I enter its line of sight it will change its speed and it will know where I am. So yeah, now it's heading towards me. And yeah. Requirement 5.8.4, make enemies walk faster when they know where the player is. So here we are in hard mode and we can see the speed at which the enemy is walking around. So if I come closer to it and it sees me, it will start walking much faster. And now it should slow down. Yeah, so it slowed down, and then as soon as it sees me again, it will start running towards me. Requirement 5.b, make enemies distinct from the player. So here if we enter the game again, we can see that the player is marked with a blue tile while the enemy is marked with a red tile. Requirement 5.c, generate one enemy at the start of the game. So if we enter any mode and enter the game, we can see that one enemy is generated in the maze. This is an exit. So just to prove that it's an exit. So here we go, this is an exit. Requirement 5.c.1, ensure that the enemies are generated at an appropriate distance from the player at the start of the game. So if we enter the game now, we can see that the enemy is being generated quite far away, and it's never going to be generated in a way that makes the player visible at the start of the game. Requirement 6, generate indicators for each of 4 sides of the maze at the edge of the grid. So here if we enter the game, we can see that there are 4 indicators, 4 separate indicators on the sides of the screen. Requirement 6.a, make the indicators change their color depending on how close the player is to the enemy. So here, as we can see, the indicators are really red, meaning the enemy is close. And if we go in the direction where the indicators are pointing, the enemy should be somewhere here. Yeah, there we go. So the closer enemy is to the player from the direction of the indicator, the more red the indicator is going to be. So here, as we can see, as the enemy approaches in a straight line, the left indicator is getting redder because the enemy is closer from the left. Requirement 8, allow the user to end the game by finding an exit. So here I found an exit, and if I enter the exit, I finish the game. Requirement 9.A, 9.B, and 9.C. After the game is finished, display win or loss, how long did it take to find the exit, how many moves were made by the player in the maze, and the difficulty of that game. So here, if I just finish the game by either dying to the enemy or finding an exit, it'll display how many moves I made, how long did it take me to finish that game, and what was the difficulty. Requirement 10, allow the user to choose to store the statistics displayed in the end menu in the document. Here I finish the game, and if I press yes, the game will close and I can find a maze game file here with the statistics of that last game.